As soon as you mention to the world that you're about to have a baby, get ready for the advice to flow from family and friends far and wide. Choosing the right educational school for your child is no different, as there is plenty of advice on offer.
One of the biggest financial expenses which you'll outlay for your child is their education. The Australian Scholarship Group have estimated the cost for the private education of a child born in 2016 in regional Australia at around $329,000. In metropolitan Australia, it's even higher at $468,000. The cost to educate that same child in the public system is at around $55,000. This figure includes all other associated costs, such as uniforms and books, stationery and clothing.
So first things first, let's work out which schooling system that you can afford for your child. Here are 3 options to consider.
The first and the easiest is to open an online savings account for the total purpose of funding their education. Kickstart this off with as much as you can afford and make regular monthly contributions. Also, throw in any additional monies you receive for your child's birthdays and Christmas presents.
If possible, start this account as soon as your child is born. Now, if you haven't planned for this, but you want to send your child through the private school system, you could always apply for a personal loan.
Go for a bank that offers a variable rate loan, so you also have the flexibility to make extra repayments whenever you can. For example, if you receive your tax return, you could make an extra loan repayment.
The second option is to start an investment portfolio. You could start a share portfolio or a managed fund.
These monies are for the sole purpose of your child's education. Stick to solid shares that have a low risk yet return reasonable dividends. Using the power of compounding interest, make sure you invest all the dividends back into the portfolio. Of course, everyone's situation is different, and you should seek financial advice that is right for you before considering an investment portfolio.
The third option is an education fund. If you are considering an education fund, make sure that it fits with your long-term financial plan. And before you consider one, there are 3 questions that you need to ask.
What school fees will you be charged? How much do you need to invest, and how often do you need to contribute? Can other people, such as grandparents, also contribute?
And finally, there's inflation to think about too. Fees can change over this time, sometimes more than the general rate of consumer price inflation, so this is worth factoring in.
For more details, visit ANZ School Ready to use our interactive planning calculator. You'll receive a free personalised report on planning for your child's education, which includes year-by-year fee information based on private or Catholic education, forecasted changes for these fees over time, which years cost more and which cost less, how much you'll need to save to cover these fees, and how ANZ can help you with your savings goals.